everyone, this is Gail, and this is my February Bloom Box Card 2. You see here are the cards that are included in this month's Bloom Box, and this is the card I'm going to be doing today. And I'm going to show you some options only because I neglected to order all of the stamp colors that I was going to be needing. So I'm going to have to make do with other colors. You can see I didn't clean up my work surface for you because I'm just going to stamp on this to do something. But I'm going to move, excuse me, the Riverstone cardstock. Isn't that a beautiful shade of gray? It's really pretty. And I'm going to move that out of the way. And we have the Lavender Fusion circle that's cut here. And we have the white cardstock. Actually, we have two white cardstocks. One is going to be our background. And let me make sure they're the same size. They are. One is going to be the background. And one is going to be our butterfly. So let me start off with our butterfly. And for those of you that haven't seen, this is our stamp set for this month. It is called Bold Wings. And you get that gorgeous butterfly, which is really big. And then a sentiment that says, thank you, hello beautiful, and be bold. Now, this card is originally made, if you look at the card, to say hello beautiful. But you know, this is your card. You can do what you want. So I think I'm going to make all 4 of these thank you cards so that I can have a supply of thank you cards that I can use when I need one. So let me show you what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to take our butterfly, and this, look how big the butterfly is. I just love that butterfly. And I'm going to ink him up with black licorice ink. Now, if you bought the Bloom Box and you also bought all the supplies that go with it, you may have Riverstone ink, but I don't. So I'm just going to use the black licorice. And let me just stamp it on here. There, isn't that pretty? I love that butterfly. And let me just clean this off. I'm using our Fun Stammer's Journey True Fusion Ink Cleaner, which just cleans everything off of that butterfly. Okay, so there's the butterfly, and I showed you on the last video, but I'm going to show you again how to color using our watercolor pencils. Now, I am not an artist by any means. I can't draw, I can't paint. I even tried Donna Dewberry's one-stroke painting, which was supposed to be so easy, and I couldn't even do that. So this has been really fun for me because I'm able to do some of the things that I've wanted to do and haven't ever been able to do. And you don't have to be clean, you know, it can be sloppy. So let me take some of our colors. Now, let me show you the box that it comes in. These are our watercolor pencils, the Color Splash watercolors. There's 48. It comes in a nice tray, and there's 2 layers. And then the color recipes for all of our Fun Stammer's Journey cardstock colors and ink colors are right there. So if you want to match something, you can mix and mix these colors to match your cardstock. But I'm just going to go with the flow today. Now I have a clear stamp block, And if you're using your stamp blocks, you don't want to use the side that's got the grid on it because you don't want paint to get into that embossed grid. I'm going to use my blender pen, blending brush, which is just awesome. And what did I do with my paper towel? It's right here. Just wanted to keep it handy. Alright, and what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take some of the pink because I really like the pink. Squeeze a little water out and just make a little puddle. Brush your lead, what you call it, the color. Brush the color. And make a little puddle. Then you can take this color and just smear it around. You know, you don't have to put it anywhere in particular. I think I'm going to maybe do the pink towards the center and purple on the outside. But you don't have to be neat, because this is, after all, it's watercolor. I need just a little bit more of the pink. There we go. Now the last one that I did, I used several colors. Today I think I'm going to stick more with the pinks and the purples just because I love those colors. So now I'm going to use this. This is number 33. And let me just maybe... And you don't even have to stay in the lines. That's another good thing about watercolor is very free. Of course, I'm very OCD about neatness in my projects. It just kills me to go out of the lines. But we're going to fussy cut this out anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, and I think I'll go with a little bit of the dark blue just to add a little bit of depth. It's actually a dark purple, but it looks like a blue. One other little tip is when you're using these pencils, don't look at the color that's on the tip of the pencil. Look at the color of the lead or the watercolor, because that's where you get your true colors. See, I'm going to put a little bit of purple, the darker purple, maybe along the edge there. So let me put some along the edge there. Oops. And just color it the way you want. You're going to add stuff to it anyway, so just make sure it's colored the way you want it. If you see any streaks, just go over it with your blending brush to get rid of the streaks. There. I think I'm happy with that. And just wipe the brush off on a paper towel. Close your blending brush, and then just wipe this off. And we're all set to go to the next one. Now I'm going to take my heat gun and dry this off so I don't have to wait. This is my embossing gun, and I've had this for years. It's not the Fun Stamper's Journey one. I intend to get that later on as my finances allow, but right now it doesn't. So I'm using what I have. But I can't wait to get the FSJ version because it's really nice. Okay, so now I'm going to fussy cut around the butterfly. Excuse me, my eye is itching. And I may leave a little bit of white around. I'm not going to worry about it, the white being there. Whether it is or not. I'm just going to, what you want is mainly the shape anyway. Let me cut this paper off. Just when I first started working with paper, I didn't like to fussy cut because I do not have patience. But since I've been with Fun Stamper's Journey and we've fussy cut so many things, now I'm beginning to really enjoy it. Let me just round that a little bit. I'll round it and then I'll cut across so the paper gets out of my way. And round around the antenna. Sorry if the TV is too loud. I forgot to turn it down when I came into my craft room. There you go. Now our butterfly is all cut out. Let me just get rid of my scraps. Now what I'm going to do is take the crease tool and just, let's see, maybe I'll do it out. I'm going to crease these wings just a little bit so that they look a little three-dimensional when you put it on your card. I like that. Alright, now here is where I had to get creative. I was supposed to have ordered some light pink bubble gum and some light purple, which is the lavender fusion, not lavender fusion, pretty amethyst, because that's what we use to stamp the background on here. But I forgot to order those. So what I'm going to do is improvise, and I hope this works. I haven't tried it yet, but I would think it would. I'm going to use Sweet Berry and Lavender Fusion, which are in the same color families, but they're a little bit darker. And what I thought I would do is stamp, let's start with the Sweet Berry. And I'm going to stamp on my scrap paper first, and then use, see, you just want a little bit of a, just a little bit of color. So since I don't have the light pink, I'm just going to ink up and I got ink on the corner of my block, and then stamp it on my paper and then stamp it this way. See how much lighter it is compared to that there? And that's what you want. I might even be able to get another stamp out of it. That's pretty good. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the Lavender Fusion, since it should have been pretty amethyst. And I will have created my own background. And I really enjoy this. This is something I had never done before until I watched Richard do a couple of videos, and I just have learned so much watching him. If you want to follow him on YouTube or on Facebook, I will put those links below, because he has his own retail line also, and he does a lot of videos for them, but he uses Fun Stampers Journey products in some of them. And then he does Fun Stampers Journey videos also, so it would be really nice to have. So let me stamp this off once and hope this turns out okay. Let me turn it this, well, that one's going that way. Let me turn it this way. Can you see that, how pretty and light purple that is? And let me I may ink it up one more time. I didn't get quite enough purple. There goes my phone, which is probably my sister, because she's been out of town. There we go. So now I've made do with what I had, and I did this mainly to show you that you can do the same thing. I didn't have a light pink and a light purple, so I used the pink and purple that I had and stamped off some of the ink, and now I've got a beautiful butterfly background. So you can see what I'm doing without all the color noise behind us. So there we go. So there we've got the background. And then we're going, it says to stamp Hello Beautiful, remember, but I said I'm going to make all of mine into thank you cards. So just remember that if you order a bloom box, you don't have to do exactly what they say. I know in the welcome wreath one, I did welcome cards, because I have something I want to do with the welcome cards. And let me just stamp thank you. There. Doesn't that black licorice look really good on that pale background? I love our inks. Okay, so now we've got the background done. Okay, so now we're ready to put a card together. So let me just move this out of the way just for a minute. And I'm going to fold my Riverstone cardstock. I really like that color. You know, when this gray craze started, I never did get into it, but I guess I'm just behind the times, because I really like this color. No fingerprints on this one. So what I'm going to do, first I'm going to see how much, since I didn't cut this, I need to see, alright, it fits top to bottom with a little edge on each side. But I'm going to pop this up using Journey squares, foam squares. And as I said in my last video, I I have no fingernails, so this bloom tool has really helped me tremendously in picking up the paper off the adhesive back. It helps to have fingernails, but when you work with polymer clay like I do, they can really get in the way. But I've never had pretty hands anyway. So let me see, this fits all the way to the bottom and a little edge on each side. There. So there's the front of our card. I probably didn't have to pop that up, but I like everything popped up. And I'm going to pop up this circle. It's not pierced. Had to look. Excuse me for the silence. So I'm going to put that right over here, like maybe right there. Then I'm going to take my butterfly and I'm going to pop it up, and I think I'm going to just put one to either side so that the wings are free. Let me put it at an angle, which is the way they did it, and I like that. Don't know how that will fit in a card. If I were going to mail this to someone, I might be a little more careful of how I put this so that I could put it in a card. And I don't think these Journey foam squares stick pretty well. I'm not going to be able to get it back up, but I'll think about that the next time. Now, what I'm going to do with this little Journey glaze is I'm going to put some Journey glaze around the outside edge of the body of the butterfly. And where's my paper that I used? Well, I'll just use this paper. Sprinkle with some Journey cuts. Now, I would normally, if it was in a jar, which is the way it comes if you order these Journey cuts, I would just reach in and pinch. So that's what I'm going to do here. Just sprinkle those on just on the body of the butterfly. And you know, I think I might add a little bit up here on the corners. See, this is my card. I can do what I want, right? And let me put some Journey cuts on that. I love bling. It's much easier to get these out of the jar, which is how they come, and I'll show you that jar sometime. You should be able to just sprinkle this way, but you usually end up with too much. But I've got the paper. I just want to make sure everything gets covered. Let me see if I can get this back in this little plastic envelope. There. And I still have plenty left. I've used them on 2 cards, and I still have all this left for 2 more cards. Now I'm going to use some sequins. And did I bring out the sequins, or are they still in my box? Here they are. I'm going to pour some of these out on my piece of paper. And I'm going to use the Journey Glaze. Put 3 little dots. 1, 2, 3. And I'll put a pink. And a silver. Should have used my bloom tool. They're sticking to my fingers. And I'll just put a little one there. Oops. Okay, and then I'll put 3 more up here next to the thank you. And let's see, I use all my big sequins that I dumped out. Here's one silver one. I'm sure there's more in the package, but I'm just going to go with what I've got here. Now I'll put a medium size. These sequins are 3 different sizes. You have a large, a small, and a medium, so I'll just do some medium-sized ones. You see there's some really nice large ones. I don't know if you can see with the glare. Now let me put these sequins back before they get blown away. And of course, the card would not be complete without some silver silks. Just love the silks. And there is my card. Isn't that pretty? It's another thank you card. So now I have 2. Here's the other one that I made from the last video. Here's this one. This one's sparkly. This one's a little bit sparkly, but not quite so much. This one is probably more suitable for a man, even though it's pink and purple. But you can see the difference in a flat butterfly, and in this one that was cut out and dimensional. It tilts up a little bit. So I hope you liked that, and if you did, I would love to hear from you. Just go to my website or my Facebook page, which is Think Stamping, or to my my blog. I have a blog. But I'd love to hear from you and get your opinions on what these cards are.